Greetings and welcome to the Southside Help Center show. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Again, we are so glad to be back. This starts our cycle for this summer, talking about all kind of stuff here at the Southside Help Center show. We're going to be talking about programs that we're doing. We're going to be talking about HIV prevention and education, which is the roots for the Southside Help Center. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff this summer. So write down the number. You see it right there in front of the screen, 312-738-1060. You can call us here at the station. This is a live call-in show. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the stuff that we're talking about, please call us here at the station. Also, you can go to our website, www.southsidehelp.org, www.southsidehelp.org, and you can check out the website, and it'll give you all of the programs that we offer at the center. And over the next 13 weeks, we're going to be talking about different programs that we have and what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. So it's very important that you tune in every Wednesday at 4:30, CAN TV Live. We truly appreciate them. We're in a new location, and we are so excited about it. So we got a lot of stuff to cover. I always want to start off our show with the HIV prevention part of it because that's primarily what we do. I also want to talk about the street and community outreach that we got going on because, again, we're doing, we have an MTU, a mobile testing unit that we've been able to go all over the city with, and we're providing a lot of services, a lot of great services with this particular truck. So it's important that you know where we are. You can go to the website. It's www.southsidehelp.org. Check out the website, and if you want to set up an event where we can come out and provide testing and counseling, you can just call us at the agency, 773-445-5445. Call us at the agency. Let me know when and where this event is going to take place, and we'll schedule the mobile unit to come out and provide free HIV testing. So please take advantage of the services that we have to offer at the Southside Help Center. Southside Help Center has been around since 1987. Our founder, Betty Smith, she started the agency back in 1987 when she saw a desperate need for HIV prevention and education. And ironically, that has not changed, even though we've been in existence just about 30 years, and we've been providing prevention education all along. And there are a lot of people doing a lot of different things, but ultimately we still want to continue to talk about HIV prevention and education, how it impacts us as African Americans, and also the stigma that still goes along with that, and also bridging the gap. How do we bridge the gap when we start talking about HIV prevention, what it was then, what it is now, when we start talking about who's mostly affected by HIV, and who needs the most education and prevention. So please take advantage of this. Call us here at the station, 312-738-1060. It's a live call-in show, and you can ask any questions that you like. I want to talk about an experience I had on yesterday. We went to Harlan High School over there. It's like 96 in Michigan, and anytime that we're asked to come into the school system, we get extremely excited because ultimately it's been very difficult for us to get into the school and talk not just about HIV prevention, but to talk about substance abuse prevention and all of these things that are affecting our communities. Violence prevention, we look at what we can do. We have mentoring programs that speak directly to these different things. An after-school program that speaks directly to these things. So again, if you're in the South or on the far south side of Chicago and you need an after-school program, we have an after-school program that is phenomenal. Please check it out. Go to the website, or you can come by the office, 10420 South Halsted. The services are free. If you come by the office and check out the after-school programs, it's free. Also, we're going to have a summer program. Again, it's going to be free. We know how difficult it is a lot of time to get our kids involved, and we can't financially afford to put them in daycare or day camp. So this program is free. Please go to the website. Go by the center. We're on 10420 South Halsted. The summer program is going to be free. That means you can bring your kids. They're going to have a lot of different activities that they're going to be doing with the youth. They're going to be talking about not just during the summertime, but after school, they work with kids doing homework and making sure that they stay on task. We know as parents, we got a lot of things to do. We work, and we got to get home and cook and all of these different things. So we are providing a service. The after-school program is a free program for our parents to bring the kids in. And again, the summer program is going to be free as well. Come and meet Tasia Smith. She's our director of youth programs. Please come in and meet her, talk to her, and then get your kids signed up because those slots will fill up quick. We got a free after school program. We got a free summer program. We want to make sure that we continue to provide our youth with the best. And We know what's all going on in the city of Chicago, and again, we all have to step up to the plate and provide as many services as we can to get our kids, one, out of the streets, two, teach them conflict resolution, teach them alternatives. It's so important that we continue to provide quality services for our youth. We also have a mentoring program that I'm working at. The mentoring program is phenomenal as well. It's dealing specifically with violence prevention. We're doing goal settings. We're doing stuff like we're building model cars. We're building model planes and all of these different things. And the reality of it is, I often think when I was a boy, I had my cousin, and I used to go to his house, and him and his father used to build these model cars and model planes, and I used to always be like, man, I wish I could do that. Man, I wish I could build me one of those. Or, man, I wish my pops would do that with me. And the reality of it is I always longed to be able to do that. So now we have a program that will allow our young people to come together with a mentor, and we'll be building planes, cars, and trains, and those sort of things. And also, again, with the things that we're going to be teaching them with the conflict resolution, we know in the city of Chicago, again, so many of our programs we have to deal with intervention. The difference between prevention and intervention is this. We do a lot of intervention, and that just means we intervene. We come after a problem exists, and we look and see what we can do to fix the problems that exist. Well, let's do some prevention. Let's start to put these programs in place so that we can definitely give these kids alternatives. So again, if this is all they know, it's simply all they know. And us, as mentors, as parents, as community leaders, as males, those strong brothers, we have to come together and start to show them some different things. And we do know that anger is probably one of the most uncontrolled emotions that we possess. And most times we react out of anger, and the consequences are great. So we want to look at what we can do as an alternative to anger. And when you get angry, what can you do outside of reacting to it? And we want to present those situations, circumstances where they can say, okay, I've seen this before, so let me do something other than react. This is a live call-in show. Mothers, fathers, parents, you can call us here, 312-738-1060. Talk about the programs that we're going to be offering over the next, over the summer period, but over the next 13 weeks, the programs we're going to be talking about here at CAN TV. So please give us a call here, and we'll be able to update you on those programs that we're offering, and definitely allow you to kind of chime in and talk about what your thoughts are, and that's a big part of what we're doing as well. One of the things we do is we do our goal setting program, and with the goal setting, it allows the youth to tell us exactly what they want to do and what those goals look like, short term, long term. I think we got a caller. Caller, you on the air? You on the air, caller?
Welcome back to CAN TV.
Thank you.
I want to say, I want to give you your pat on the back in terms of your program, in terms of what you're doing. It seems like most of the programs, a lot of times, is sports related. It's wonderful that, like in your program, they're doing all different sorts of things.
Yes.
And my problem I have is this: it seems like a lot of times, and you may understand what I'm saying, they reward the bad behavior instead of rewarding the good behavior. They just spend a few little pennies towards rewarding children towards good behavior. Guess what? It'll probably pay off for themselves. They put the seeds in the ground and let's see what grows.
Absolutely. And that's truly part of what we're looking to do. Is when you talk about plant seeds, one, we want to teach them how to cultivate. We got a couple of different things we call cultivation 1 and 2. What does that look like? And oftentimes we talk about, as men, we possess the seed of life. We plant those seeds, and so oftentimes we fail to cultivate them. And what happens is, me as a man or me as a father, I plant a seed and say, I cultivate that seed. I mean, every day I come and water that seed, and the roots grow deep. And this individual did not water his plant, so guess what? The roots are shallow. And then I see it start to lean. I come in and I wrap a string around it, and then it grows strong. The roots grow deep and it grows strong. And that's what happens when you begin to cultivate, and that's what needs to happen with our young boys. So if you don't water it, it will grow to the side. If you don't wrap a string around it, it does start to grow wild. And when it grows wild, then we got to come back later and we got to try to figure out, how do we straighten this out? How do we allow the roots to grow deep? But guess what? That program or that process is completely, it's so much more difficult to take a tree that has grown wild and then straighten it up and then strengthen the roots. That's very difficult. But if we start with these seeds, as we plant these seeds and we cultivate them, the roots grow deep and then they grow strong. We're going to be talking a lot about what we can do in our communities to make our communities safer, to give our kids alternatives, because again, if that's all they know, then that's all they'll do. But us as providers, us as mentors, we have to get out here and get in the fight and start to show our kids what they need to do so that they can be strong. Again, I was at Harlem High School yesterday. Excuse me. I'd like to thank Officer Jenkins for inviting me out, and it was phenomenal. And I say that to say because, yes, it is very, very difficult when we go into black schools, African-American schools. I don't care what's it. It's difficult when we go in there and we try to provide them with some education because it's so difficult because they're the hardest nut to crack. And you often wonder why. It's because we don't do a lot of prevention. We do a lot of intervention. And by the time we get to the high school level, a lot of the behaviors that they have are just embedded in them. So we have to then figure out what can I do different today to be able to get them to listen to me. And that is a very, very difficult task. But we're up for the challenge, and we're going to continue to provide mentoring. So please go to our website. I'm going to put it on there really quickly on the overhead. That's not it. Let me see. I got to make sure I'm doing it right. Is that it? I'll go back to me. And then I believe, let me see. This is our new studio. Still ain't there. Okay, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that's all right. Go to the website, www.southsidehelp.org. Go to the website and check out the programs that we have, and then you can definitely lock into what we're going to be trying to do. Also, if you would like to participate, please come into the center and fill out a volunteer application. If you want to do something positive in our community, please come to the center and help us to help our kids to do something different. We've been around for 30 years. We've been doing mentoring for that long. And I want to make sure that we stay focused on the mentoring because we need that program. We're going to also bring in some of the guys who we've been providing mentoring to who have taken a definite positive direction, and we want them to talk about their experiences. And mothers, help us to help you. So please take advantage of the mentoring programs that the center will be offering. Again, take advantage of the summer program that is for free that the center will be offering. So please go to the center, 10420 South Halstead, and talk to Ms. Tasia Smith. She'll talk about the program as we continue to move through the summer. And again, we know all of the things that's been happening in the city, and it's just now May, and we got so much violence in our city, and we got so many kids that are getting caught up in gang violence and stuff. So we're saying that to say take advantage of these programs that we're offering so that your kids will have an alternative to the streets, because once school is out, they're going to have a lot of idle time, and what are they going to be doing with it? So parents, please bring them to the center. There's an after-school program, there's a summer program, and it's going to be free. And it gives your kids a safe place to be. And we'll also be providing workshops, conflict resolution, violence prevention, substance abuse prevention, and so forth. So it's very important that we take advantage of the services before they take them away. There's very little money that we're getting, so we have to continue to be as diligent as we possibly can in providing our young people, our kids, with programs and education and so forth. Also, one of the other things we're doing with our mobile unit, we had an opportunity to go to Turkey Chop on the west side of Chicago, Quentin Love. This brother's doing phenomenal work. On Mondays, from 1 to 3, he's feeding the community for free. It's not costing anything. And we were invited out to set up and provide HIV testing and counseling, and it was phenomenal. A Smile for Change was the organization that had us to come out, and we thank them, A Smile for Change, for inviting us, and we thank Mr. Quentin Love for providing those free meals to the community, and now we're able to provide free HIV testing and counseling. These are just programs that we're going to be continuously talking about throughout the next 13 weeks, and we want people to be aware of what we're actually doing. Of course, June is National HIV Testing Month, so we got stuff planned every week, 2-3 activities planned in the month of June so that we can get as many people involved in the national testing as possible. Let me say on June the 20th, and we're going to bring these dates back to you, and I'll have them for you on the next show. But just to kind of give you a heads up, we know June the 20th, we're going to be at Douglas Park. We're going to be there from 10 to 3 providing free HIV testing. We also might get a few hot dogs out there, so look for that. And let me take this call, and then we'll talk about the other events we got planned for the month of June. Caller, you on the air?
Good evening. Can I have a question, okay?
Okay.
And we have some of these aldermen sitting on millions of dollars of tip funds. If they have a good program in their neighborhood and the money is just sitting there, even if they sit there on the money, even if they use the interest off the money, why are they not using money towards the healthy youth in their community?
That is a phenomenal, a great question. And let me say this. I really am trying hard not to get involved with the politics part of what's going on in the city because it's difficult. And it's very hard not to get involved in the politics part of it. And again, we don't have a lot of money to provide these services, and we're continuously asking for help. We're continuously asking for support. And again, here we are, we're providing the summer program that we're providing free to the community, but of course, you know it's not free to run those particular programs. I don't want to get involved with the politics of it. All I'm saying is see the programs that we're actually doing, and please come out to support those programs and help those programs the best way that you see. And I know you want me to say something different, but I cannot because it's difficult for us. We try real hard not to get involved with the politics in our city. We want to make sure that we continue to focus or keep our focus on the services that we're able to provide in the city of Chicago. If you have any questions about those programs, please give us a call at the station. The number's up there, 312-738-1060. Call. This is a live call-in show. In order for us to continue with CAN TV, we got to make sure that y'all are calling in and get this information. Don't wait until I hang up or till the show is off and then say I should have called. Call now. Get some answers to the questions that you may have. Write them down. Call now, and if you can't, you can call later at the agency 773-445-5445. And again, what we're trying to do is make sure that we have as many services in our cities that we can. Yes, we want to focus on our youth, but that's not the only thing we're doing. Let me say this. We were at the senior building on 63rd and Low. And let me tell you, do not be confused about our seniors. They tell you just because I'm old, I ain't dead. And we're providing services at the senior buildings, and we want to talk about that because we want you guys to continue to open up those doors to those senior citizens, because we want you to understand that, yes, they do get old, but they're not dead, and they still, a lot of them are sexually active. So we want to go in and make sure that you don't get to this stage of the game and then get infected with HIV. So we want to talk about making sure that they get condoms, making sure that they get tested. If you are in a senior building, call us at the agency, 773-445-5445, or come by the agency, 10420 South Halsted, or go to the website, www.southsidehelp.org, and let us know what senior building you're at and when we can come out and provide free HIV testing as well as condoms, and also information that deals specifically with our seniors. Do not be confused. Our seniors still need services as well. And that's what we've been talking about as far as bridging the gap. We want to make sure our young people get the information. We want to make sure that we do some prevention. And even with our older generation, we want to come in and do some intervention. So again, intervention is once something actually exists. The other thing is when we want to start it. So let's make sure that we continue every week to bring this program, and each week we're going to have a guest on where we could talk about what we're doing in our communities to make it healthier. Because first we want to make sure that we look at health. We're providing healthy alternatives. We want to make sure that our communities are healthier. We're going to be talking about HIV in its entirety, how it's transmitted, how it's prevented, and what you can do in terms of knowing your status. We're going to talk about the clinics that we now have, we have a direct link to. So people who are HIV positive, we have a clinic that we can plug you directly into to make sure that people are getting the necessary medication that they need, making sure they get the necessary treatment that they need. That's going to be important, and we're going to talk about that over the next 13 weeks as well. We really want to continue. We thank CAN TV because it's a great outlet. It's a great venue where we could talk about these programs that we offer. But this is the thing. Don't just let me talk about them. Take advantage of the programs that we're going to be offering. Come by the center, check it out. I know the 20th of June we're going to be at Douglas Park. We're going to be out there from 10 to 3. We're going to be doing some hot dogs. We're going to be doing free HIV testing as well. Then on that 22nd, we're going to be at Jackson Park. We're going to do 2 shifts out there. We're going to be cooking, and we're going to be providing testing as well. And then we're going to do the culmination of that on the 25th, the 26th, which will be on 63rd and Vernon. Those are just 3 of the events that we have coming. But we got several events over the next few months that we're going to be doing in different places. So please take advantage of the events that we're providing. And again, if you are community residents and you are dealing with the community and you want to be part of a condom program, we are the hub for the South Side of Chicago via the city of Chicago. We provide condoms for so many different places. So please, if you would like to be a part of that, reach out to us at the center. Also, we got a different community organizations who have been supporting that program amazingly, and Ideal Cleaners is one of those places that's over on Michigan, and they have condoms set up, and you would be surprised the number of condoms that they give away at the cleaners. So yeah, some of these places are non-traditional, but it again lets us know where the services are needed. So we'll be talking about all of these things over the next 13 weeks, and we're going to be bringing in community residents so that they can talk about how these services have benefited them, and also what we're doing in the community to make our community, one, healthier, and then two, safer, because that's something that is really high on the list for us as well. You know, I've been doing mentoring for a lot of years. I have a lot of success stories. I have a lot of my brothers that we may have lost to the streets, but again, I always talk about that one apple. If we can get that one soul, that one person, that one spirit, then we've done some good. So take advantage of our mentoring programs, take advantage of our case management programs. We have a number of case management programs where people are there to help, to assist in navigating the system. Again, because people who are impacted with HIV, it becomes quite difficult. We think that they should know everything, but they don't. So we got people to help them navigate the system. When we come out and do HIV testing and counseling, and people test positive and they never knew their status, we can plug them right into treatment and care. We can connect them right to a case manager, and that they can get the necessary services that they need, and someone will be there to help them navigate the system. And we got a couple of clinics throughout the city of Chicago. So these are the things that we're doing now at the Southside Help Center. Again, we've been around for almost 30 years, and we've been able to provide some really good services in the community, and I want people to continue to take advantage of these services. Check us out on the website. You got pictures and stuff there. It talks about some of the places we've been and some of the places we are going. If you would like for us to come out and support your community event, your health fair, bring out the mobile unit, provide free HIV testing and counseling, then please call us. And again, free is the key word. We're going to come out. Just give us enough time. We're going to come out and provide these services free of charge. Again, we just made it back. We are so excited to be back over the next 13 weeks. I'm going to bring in some different guests, talk about the different programs that we have. Go to the website, www.southsidehelp.org. Also call us at the agency, 773-445-5445. And also come into the agency so that you can see what we got going on. Our address is 10420 South Halsted. We truly appreciate everybody for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again next week, 4:30 Wednesday. Until we see you again, we bid you peace.